Hart, of course, dropped for the win over Sunderland on Saturday. So what's your hunch? Can we expect to see him at the club when the transfer window ends?
Well, I think that dropping may be a big indication, Jim. Certainly the information coming to us, and two separate sources are telling us that Joe Hart's time at Manchester City is coming to an end, with the likelihood being that he will move on in this transfer window, less than 2 years after signing a new contract with Manchester City that was due to keep him at the club until 2019. Now, there's been no confirmation as yet as to whether Pep Guardiola has told Joe Hart that he is surplus to requirements, but as you mentioned, and I mentioned at the start there, that the fact that Willy Caballero started against Sunderland on the opening day of the season, the fact as well that Manchester City are in the market for a new goalkeeper as well, just gives it an indication to Joe Hart as to Pep Guardiola's thinking. And we also know that Pep Guardiola favours a keeper almost who can play the role of a sweeper keeper, and there is the kind of sounds coming out of the Manchester City camp that maybe Pep Guardiola doesn't feel that Joe Hart is capable of providing what he wants in that department for his Manchester City squad moving forward. So it is our understanding that Joe Hart now is going to be contemplating his options, and certainly over the next 2 weeks will be looking at the options that are open to him. It looks like he is going to become the highest profile casualty of Pep Guardiola, the new Manchester City manager. And in terms of the options open to Joe Hart, well, we understand that there is interest from Everton. Certainly it makes sense as well, doesn't it? Everton themselves looking for a new number one, albeit that Martin Stecklenburg made an impressive start to his Everton career at the weekend against Tottenham Hotspur. But Joe Hart would certainly fit the bill for Everton in terms of the calibre of keeper, someone who's vocal in the dressing room, vastly experienced, 2 Premier League winners' medals, and of course that seasoned England international as well. So as I say, Joe Hart will be assessing his options over the coming weeks. But it is also our understanding that as yet Everton have not made contact in regards to the potential signing of Joe Hart from Manchester City.